Hi everyone, this is BeadBeauty here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this simple but elegant beaded bracelet. So this is how the bracelet is looking like. I'm going to show you how we are going to put these two beads together to make this pattern, beautiful pattern. I use pink and gold, and here is the blue one that I made. This blue one is also very beautiful. Every beginner can do this. It's very simple, very easy to do. Let me wrap it around my wrist for you to see. Very beautiful. Everybody can do this. If you're a beginner, don't worry at all. You will learn this in a heartbeat. So let's get started. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. So here on my table, I have this pink pearl, beautiful pink pearl right here. It's very beautiful. I have this in 6mm. This is 6mm pink pearl. I have gold bead. I have 4mm gold, and I have my clasp and my jump ring over here. And over here I'm using this thread, 8 pound, and this is how it's looking like. It's just a fishing line, but very thin. My plier, and I'll be using just a regular needle. The needle that we used to sew. This is what I'll be using, just regular one. Look for one and let's get started. So I thread in my thread in the needle, and I'm going to start with 2 gold and 2 pink, like this. So I'm going to just drop it on the line. So drop it to the end, and I'm just going to tie like this. Okay, so let's tie this. Make a tie, nice and neat, and tie in between the bead, not on the bead. Okay, so this one in between the bead. So if you like, you can tie multiple times depending on how strong your tie is. So you can do it multiple times, do it once, twice, or thrice to make sure it's well secured. So I'm using the tip of the line through the gold bead. Then I'm going to trim it off. So now let's get to work. So this is the needle. I'm going to go through 2 beads. I'm going to go through this gold, this one, and pull, and the second one. Okay, I'm coming to the top bead over here. So this is where my line is. I'm going to turn it so that the line turns towards me. Now I'm going to pick 1 gold and 2 pink. Then I'm going to go opposite into this gold bead and pull like this. Then I'm going to pull. And this is how we are going to start our pattern. This is how it's looking like. So pretty, very beautiful. I'm going to go to this bead into the top bead. I'm going to go to this gold bead right here, and I'm going to go through the top bead. Now my line is away from me, so I'm going to flip it over so that the line turns towards me like this. Okay, this line turns towards me, and I'm going to pick up my bead. I pick 2 gold and 1 pink, and I come into the opposite into this top bead and pull like how we did it for the first time. This is how the pattern is looking like. Now I'm going to go through this gold bead and come to the top bead. Always my needle is in the top bead over here, so I flip it so the line can turn to me. I'm picking 1 gold and 2 pink bead. And we are going to repeat the same thing over here. Go to the top bead and pull. That's how we are creating this beautiful pattern. We are going to continue. I'm going through the side with this gold bead, and I'm going to go through the top bead over here. I'm going to flip it again so the line turns towards me. Okay. So I'm going to pick 2 gold and 1 pink, like this. Come through the opposite, the same way you're doing it. Repeat the same technique over here, like this. It's just a repetition of one thing. Just make sure the lines, the gold and the pink, are coming together nicely. So I'm coming to the top bead, and I'm going to pick another bead to continue. So this bead I'm going to turn again so that the line turns towards me. Now 1 gold, 2 pink. So go through the top bead again and pull. This is a very beautiful pattern. This is not hard at all. So I'm going to go through this side bead and come to the top bead. Then I'll continue again. I turn in the line towards me, and I'm going to pick up my bead again. 2 gold and 1 pearl, 1 pink. Now go to the top bead and pull. This is a beginner's tutorial, so this is not hard at all. It's very simple to do. So you can't miss this one. Try to do it. It's very simple. Go to the side and come to the top bead, like this. Turn it so that the line turns towards you. 1 gold and 2 pearl. Come through the top bead and pull. So this is the technique, the pattern that we are going to continue to do, and this is how it's looking like. Very beautiful. Look at how it's looking like. Simple but elegant. You can replace this bead with your own colors. You can replace them with the colors that you want. So let's try one more time. I'm going to go to this gold bead, come to the top, flip it so that the line turns towards me, like this. Then I'm going to continue to pick up my bead, 2 gold, 1 pink, come through the top bead and pull. Very simple and easy. So go through this side bead and into the top bead again. Everybody can do this. It's very easy. This is how it's looking like. So this is all we are going to continue to do. We continue to build on it. So let's go and build on it. Wrap it around your wrist if you're doing it, to see if it's enough, it's long enough for you. And then we will meet here. I will do mine off camera. This is what I've made so far. This is how it's looking like. Very beautiful and very pretty. So we are going to put the closure on it. We are going to put closure on this one. This is a fresh line that I cut, so I'm going to go through the middle and tie over here. Just any part in the middle. So you tie in between the bead. I'm tying like 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to use the tip to go through this pink bead over here and pull, to hide that knot over there. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my needle to walk through this bead and come to the top. So I'm coming through the middle bead over here, go through this pink bead on the side, then I come to the top bead like this. Very simple. Now I'm going to pick up this 4mm, 4mm. I put my clasp on it and I add another 4mm. Then I'm going to go through the top bead. This is how it's looking like. I take 6 beads all together, then in between I put the clasp in between. Then go through the bead, the top bead, and pull. Then you make a little circle around it. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going round the bead. I'm going through it round to make sure it's well secured enough. Go through all this bead again into the clasp through those beads. I'm going to go through them, go through once or twice to make sure it's firm and well secured. So over here, I'm just going to make a loop and tie my line over here in between this bead over here. Tie the line. You can tie once or twice. I'm going to tie it again in between the bead. Okay, so I'm going to pull the bead, my needle through a couple of beads before I trim it off. Go through this bead. You can go around it once again or twice, depending on how your needle can go through the bead again before you trim it off. Like this. Then here I'm going down 1 bead, then I'm going to trim this one off. Then we continue with the second part. So on the other side, we are just going to repeat the same thing again. This is how it's looking like. Very, very pretty. I'm going to repeat the same thing over here. So I'm going to tie in between any bead. Just pick any bead and tie in between them before you weave through the bead to the top. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my line here, tie it, and I'm going to tie again. Just going to tie to make sure it's well secured enough. And the tip of it, I'm going to pull it through this gold ring over here and hide that knot inside the bead before I trim it. Now I'm going to go through this bead and come to the top. I'm going through this one, then I'm going to go through the middle bead over here, go through this pink bead and into the top bead and pull. Now we are going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to pick 3 4mm metallic bead. This is 4mm metallic bead. I put my ring, my jump ring on it, and take another 4mm. That's all we do over here. So I'm going to go through all this once again. Going to go through all this bead once again, go round, then you tie in between the bead. The same thing we did for the first one. The same thing we are repeating over here too. So I'm going through all this bead again. Just to make sure it's well tight. This is how it's looking like. So pretty, so beautiful. I'm just going to open this jump ring over here, the ring, and I'm going to hook this chain on it. A little chain. If your bead is not enough, you can hook chain on your jump ring and use the clasp to hook on the chain if you feel you don't have enough bead to do it. So I'm opening this jump ring over here, open it, then I'm going to just put in it and close it back. I'm going to just hook it onto the jump ring and close the jump ring back. I open it, then I close it back and make sure it's well closed. There's no opening for the chain to slip out. So I'm going to press on the edge over here a little bit. That's it. This is your bracelet. Look at how simple this is. Very simple but elegant, okay? You can wear it anywhere. You can wear it everywhere. Let me open it and hook it onto the chain for you to see. This is how you close it, and this is how it's looking like. So pretty, so beautiful. So beautiful. You can make it for your friends, make it for your mom, your family, anyone, and make it for yourself too. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share. Also, please turn on your notification for any new video that I'll be uploading. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in my next video. All these materials will be in the description box down below.